Hello and welcome to NN Driven. We are on FSD 12.5.6.1. This is the first version with integrated neural network for highway, end-to-end, and it's gotten much better overall. So we are now going to go try our DC Gauntlet Challenge. Okay, that seems okay, I guess, for now. This, again, just weird construction all over here. This route is a little different than the other times I've done it because they've changed how the road works. So we are now just waiting for our turn at the traffic light. FSD has gotten really good at small, tight, confined spaces. So we're going to see how that goes. We do have the green light. It is, I'm not sure what that person was doing. Okay. That seemed to handle all of that not as I expected, but actually correctly, given what the other driver did. So our first segment here is to come down around into the Pentagon and then to get onto Boundary Channel Drive, I believe that's called there, 27, to get down to Memorial Bridge. We got some weird speed traffic stuff there. The juncture onto the Memorial Bridge is weird. So we'll see how this goes down here. I like this speed, actually. 27 feels good for this speed, or for this road. My guess is people drive much quicker than this during rush hour, but this is actually a good speed. So there's no more auto max. There's just the ability to control the scroll wheel. So if I'm not happy, okay, this is correct. So you can see here that the navigation map isn't even correct here. We actually, yep, so I'm using the throttle there. So there's a first intervention. The mapping data is incorrect. The road is new. The traffic light was covered, and FSD didn't know what to do there. Here we got the lanes are blocked again. So we have a blinking red. It's just going to go. I'll go ahead and take that. That was not really exactly right. So the mapped lanes are actually to our right. Now it's got to get back over to get over to our interchange here. Okay. So other than that throttle push, it actually handled all of that craziness pretty well. I don't drive this route regularly, so all of this is going to just be as I encounter it as well. Had no idea that road construction was that way. Don't know what just human drivers being human drivers right in front of us. 54 is a good speed on here. The speed limit's 45. Yes, we want to be over a lane. That's great. Ideally, we'll just stay here. 56 is pretty reasonable for what people drive on this segment. 57's getting a little fast. I'm going to let it go, though. It's not terrible for this road. The crazy thing, though, is they have it drop to 25 mile an hour speed limit instantly up here, and without really any distance to where all of the difficult traffic happens. So we're going to see what it does. I personally would prefer it to be slowing down now, but it doesn't really even know to do that, and I don't really blame it. So we got, okay, the cars are going to slow us down. We're going to stay straight here. Oops. Get rid of that waypoint. So now we're going to cycle into DC across Memorial Bridge. It's in a good place here. I like this positioning. this guy didn't get here in time, so I'm happy with us continuing through on that pedestrian stuff. These lanes now just go straight through. It has no impeding traffic anymore. Now we're going to cycle across. I would not go over here. This is not what I would choose to do since we're going to go right again. I'm going to let it, again, this is a test, so I'm only intervening if I have to. If I were just driving normally, I would command it back to the right because we're going to do we're actually doing 3 rights in sequence in a very difficult scenario. I'm going to actually have to intervene here. So I'm intervening there to get us back to the right. Both lanes do go to the right, but we're going immediately right again. And so, it was going to, no, don't do that. Just stay here. Okay. So it is, again, it's trying to force itself over. I'm going to have to disengage there. The lane management stuff here is just, it's still the most frustrating aspect. See, we have all this traffic, and we would end up doing what this Toyota is doing, which, it probably maybe would have worked, but it was just wrong. It needed to know that whole sequence is right, and then into this blind merge area. And we got another car doing it. So clearly, human drivers do this all the time as well. But they're going to just decide something different. But FSD is supposed to be better than human drivers, and it's supposed to know the sequencing of events that it has going on here. This stop sign that's right in front of us is actually for the pedestrians. They actually have to stop. We don't, which is a little bit of an odd twist there. We should go through here. Good. That's all good. So lane management is really an area where I still have the most frustration with FSD. It's not actually the perceptions problem. It's really a routing navigation problem. We are clear in a very difficult thing, so that made that fine. It didn't freak out. Now we're going to go down by the Kennedy Center to get on to Rock Creek Parkway. So this is all good so far. Now we're going to go to the left. This is all fine to be in this lane. It's going to go ahead and move left. It doesn't have to. That car didn't really know what they're doing anyway. So this is good, perfect. Doesn't matter which lane here. This is all fine. Could have been in either. Good speed through here. Very comfortable with this speed. Another gorgeous day here in DC. We've had a lot of those lately. So this is another road where people really don't drive anywhere close to what the speed limit is. I believe it's 25 on here. We're doing 35, which feels quite comfortable given this road and how people drive. All good here. Lots of interesting activity around here today on the river and the walkways. Got some traffic here. So overall, this version of FSD has been very good for me. The end-to-end highway has been a really big improvement. And we won't see that on today's route. I think I'll stop talking here and just either fast forward or cut through till we get to through all of this traffic lights. It's going to be several sequences. So I'll see you on the other side of all the traffic lights. All right, it handled all that traffic just fine. We're now on Rock Creek Parkway. So we're going to go up here a little bit, twisty, slow speed limit road. See how speed management does on this road today. As you can see, we're doing fine. We're keeping up with the traffic in front of us. Okay, and as I was saying, lane management is one of the biggest issues that I have, as is awareness of traffic, and essentially using traffic to rethink its plan for when it needs to be in lanes. These are really some of the biggest ongoing frustrations that I have with FSD. We'll see what else we encounter on this road, this trip today. Previous trips on earlier versions of FSD have been really, really bad on this gauntlet route. It's just DC roads and roundabouts are so weird and so confusing. It's just really a difficult route. So I haven't done it very often because FSD can't really handle it. So we are getting into the tricky bits here. Let's see how it does. That was not what I want to do. I did it too soon here. I want this route here. That's the route I want. Thankfully it showed me the right route. Okay, we're going to get off Rock Creek up here again. This feels pretty comfortable. I'm not sure what, again, I'm not exactly sure what the speed limit is here. I can't see it in my little small camera display. So anyway, this feels pretty comfortable. We're not being passed. We're not being run up on. So I'll take this for a good speed. It feels pretty good compared to other times I've driven it manually. We do have a van coming up on us, so that indicates we're not going totally faster than anyone else would go. Our exit's just up here it's going to be a left exit actually. And we go up to a no right turn on red. So this will be interesting to see what happens up here. Okay, we don't have to stop. We do have right of way. I'm going to have to use my throttle there. We got a pedestrian here. We had right of way, so we needed to really push through there. FSD was just going to stop, and I don't know what would have happened. I guess I could have just sat there forever to see if it would have just treated it as like a four-way stop and waited for another car to give it a little room. But that's not a place to just stop. All right, we're not going to be able to test the right turn on red because we have two cars in front of us, unfortunately. My experience is that it knows some places where it can't turn right on red, but it is not perfect at that yet, which means to me it's still not reading signs and following local direction. Okay, now we're going to go across a little bit and start our very narrow roads part of this jaunt. Okay, we're in a good lane here. All is good here. Looks like we've got some traffic coming across as we go across here, and then we'll take the next segment as it comes. I would imagine there's going to be lots of pedestrians down here today. Again, it's just beautiful in DC. So we lose our lane up here. It's totally fine to be in this lane. It was no reason to not be here. We do have a green light here. FSD decides to go. It's going to have to get in front of the bus that was on our left here. It does. That's fine. Okay, again, all good here. Traffic for the traffic light. Tons of people out today. Got red light up ahead of us. That's what. As I said, I don't really drive in DC a lot anymore, so I don't know if this route has any other unexpected construction or detours or uh, weird rerouting that we'll have to do. Well, it doesn't look like it at the moment based on the routes that it selected. And but we will take it one turn at a time here. Oh, all right, I'll just go quiet and we'll wait for this light again. I'll just clip it all out. Right into another traffic light. Here we go. We have a green. Maybe we'll make it through this one. This is all correct. The correct lane here. Then we have another traffic light where we're gonna turn left and then an immediate right. Okay, feels good. It's positioning itself well. Okay, what do we got here? We got lanes blocked. Whole road is closed, which is fine. We weren't going that way anyway. Looks like we had a tow truck, but they have cleared the intersection. Okay, okay, she's holding us to follow the light. All good here. We just watch the visualization for all the pupil it sees. I'll have to look at it in post here, but it should be pretty interesting. It's a big old street goings on down here. Sounds like they got live music. All right, she's still holding us. They have the green. There is a green straight ahead, but of course that road is blocked. Our left turn light is still red. She is not paying attention to us. All the pedestrians are going across their crosswalk. We're still being held. Still no green arrow. That's still red. All right, there we got a green arrow. Okay, she's waving us through. It didn't actually move until she started waving. All right, good job. All right, beautiful job, FSD. Not freaking out with the pedestrians. We are now going to go right if it lets us. Okay, this guy's holding us. Okay, she's asking for instructions. Okay. Still can't go. She's now blocked by pedestrians. There, she's going to slide through. Okay, I'm going to have to use my throttle. He's saying to move. So we're going to move through here. We have to wait for pedestrians. We got a moped person pushing through. Now we got another. Wow, okay. And then we go. That's perfect. Okay. And I'll stop here, wait for the pedestrian, then we go. We got a bunch of people here blocking the lane. See what happens here. We're going to need to just kind of push through here. They see us. All right. Yep, come on. I'm going to use my throttle a little bit here because we need to just kind of, I've got my foot just slowly on the throttle. A street musician. So that's a perfect, well, it's just again, so FSD really needed more context there that it was just going to have to push through. We're waiting for this car to come through here, and then we're going to slide over. Good. It's positioning to go. Okay. All right, it's going, and then another car just turned in here. Let's see what happens. We're really gonna have to squeeze over here. Close, good. Again, we're slowing down, just clearing the mirrors. Oh my gosh, that is tight. Handled that really well though. Okay, I'll get rid of my next. I ended the trip. I'm going to have to reset here somehow. I'm going to go ahead and go right here. Sorry, I ended my route, so I'm going to have to. Okay, see if I can. Should be able to. Should be able to just pull over here quickly. All right. Let's pop in here for the moment. Okay, I've got my waypoints back in again. So we're back on route and see how we do here. Down again, another narrow road over a speed bump here. Very nice speed on that speed hump. A little slow here, but I will take it. I'm not in any hurry. Another big speed hump here. Totally comfortable there. Another very tight road up ahead here. We should go across and stage. We got a bicyclist that really caught us out there, or a mopeder. Okay, I think, well, we kind of took our turn. Oof. Wow, very nice though. Just slowed down to like 1 mile an hour. That blue car just decided they weren't going to wait any longer and just forced anyway. So there was just barely enough room there. Okay, we're going to go across here. Again, it's being patient with all of the pedestrians, totally fine. We got pedestrians right in the middle of the road in front of us. It's fine. I'm not having any problem with what they're doing. Okay, now it's going to go. It could have been more aggressive and, kind of pushed around the side of them, but they weren't watching us. They didn't even hear us. So that's totally fine in my book. Okay. Not sure what that car was doing, so it's waiting. Again, now it's like, okay, that was that still could have been, I don't know what, got confused there. This is all fine. This is just being careful through here. Just again, pedestrians everywhere. Oh, we kind of went right around this whole big, we ended up just naturally going around this big street festival. So, okay. Yeah, I'm going to use my throttle there, like get going. So again, using my throttle to move through. I know it sounds like I've been like intervening a lot here, but compared to the other drives, this is actually quite remarkable in how well it's doing in very dense scenarios. It's not been as erratic as it was in the past. So that's all to the good. Oh, again, it's just kind of freaked out there. We're going to go to the left here. Oh, what's it doing here? Okay, I'm going to push out. Oh, well, there you go. They had the left turn light on, signal on. I won't count that intervention. I think maybe it was actually right, and I was wrong there. Okay, I think it just kind of blew through that traffic stop sign, but so did the guy behind me, which is a little unusual. This interchange coming up here, I have no idea what is legal or what is right. We'll see what it does. I honestly don't know what the right answers are here. I believe there are like no left turn signs or something. So let's just, I think we follow these cars. I think that's what we do. I think we follow the cars. Yeah, that's all good. Yep. This is all good. Oh, now we gotta wait again. Okay, oh, really? Okay, I don't know there. That was, I don't know about that. Okay, now we need to be over. Here's another good example of the lane issue. Yeah, kind of worked out there. But now we blocked this lane. Oh, that's interesting. So it's saw that it was in a left turn only lane, and even though that's not what the mapping data was saying it was going to do, it went left anyway. So that was a mistake, but it dynamically rerouted. So now we're going to try to turn right here. I don't know what this moped guy is doing behind us. He's been... Okay, and then this gets us to that weird intersection that I was talking about. I really don't know what this guy is doing here. We can only go straight. So, well, that is not, yeah, okay. That's not the right thing. The car behind us is, no, it is okay. So now what will it do here? It's still trying to square itself away. It was too slow to act there to get over. It doesn't say that's one way there, so we got to go up again. It's going to try to do a U-turn right where we did the left and then mistakenly was in the left turn only lane, which they could have slid right to stay in the ongoing lane. All right, right, we got a bunch of cars behind us here. They can't do anything here. Nope, I'm going to have to disengage. That is not an acceptable answer. We can't turn left up here. That's a no left turn. All right, so I will try to figure out how I can get us turned around at this point. All right, can I turn left here? So I am just driving manually here, trying to find a way of recovering. Okay, let's see if we can get ourselves back on track here. All right. Wow, is this really? I think this is a non-controlled interchange. Okay. I'm going to just put it in the right lane here. It doesn't like this place at all. Okay. Well, that is proving to be a really good gauntlet exchange. We're back to where we started. I've got it in the right lane, and let's see if we can get through it this time. Okay, again, notice here it didn't actually have to reroute because it does allow the lane to come across. All right. Okay, now we're going to do roundabouts. And let's see how we do on these roundabouts coming up here. Should stay to the right. It cannot go down under. It needs to stay to the right. I think it has to be over a lane. I think it's going to mess up here. I will disengage so it doesn't. We don't want to have to recover from that mistake. So I will disengage if it does not get over. Definitely a scenario where it would be in a better position to be over. Okay, what are we going to do here? We're through the interchange. Is it not going to get over? It is not going to get over. It does not know it has to be over here. At least to my best of my knowledge, it has to be over here. I don't think it, nah, it doesn't come back up. Oh, that's frustrating. Just the navigation stuff is just, it's been there so long, and it's on just why can't we fix that? Ashok did say in the most recent end of October update that they're doing something big with map navigation in V13, both in terms of how the map is stored or something like that, as well as some different reward points for the neural network. So hopefully that'll begin to address some of these problems. Anyway, now we're going to try to get into DuPont Circle. We're going to go, 2/3 of the way around and see how it goes. Okay, we have a blinking yellow. Everyone's waiting, moving smooth, slowly. What the hell? Like, it's just going through these yellow lights, which are red. I don't get it. That was way too stale of a yellow to go through. We saw that earlier as well. So that's really a bit of a regression. I don't recall that being a problem before, but that's definitely definitely an issue. All right, just use the throttle to get going because it tends to get lost when you do that. Uh, I don't know. Mass Ave East. I don't know what the right place is to be here. Okay, so there it's going to stop. That's good. Uh, I don't actually know what the right. I don't know if we were supposed to be in the inner circle or the outer circle. We will find out here in a minute. DC roundabouts are not just normal roundabouts. They're craziness defined. Okay, we've got a green light. Good. Let everyone get out of the way. Okay, looks like this will work for us. In fact, it looks like FSD was, it looks like either of them would have worked. Um, Probably should, it looks like the inner one would have been more efficient. And was certainly thinking about going there, and then all of a sudden, the last second, it decided against it. But again, this is where FSD should be superhuman. It should, that should be just knowledge it has in its head. It's just stuff we should know. Okay, we just need to go here. We have the right of way. We just need to go. Okay, it clearly should have been in the right lane here. So yeah, lots of learning still to happen there. So we had a disengagement and an intervention, and really still totally wrong placement all the way around. So that's not so great. Now we'll go down through a couple more roundabouts. As in DC here, the roundabouts are really interesting. They end up being the interchanges between the orthogonal grid and the radial grid. And so you get all of these, like just all of these weird angles coming in and out, all of these weird junctures, all of these weird sort of scenarios, because you literally have two different road designs interacting at that point. The radials all come out from the capital, and they sort of operate on this kind of like a wagon wheel spoke system. And then you have the grid system that was overlaid later. Okay, coming up to our next one here, we have our green light. We're essentially just going straight through, staying on Massachusetts Avenue here. I believe either lane works fine. Okay, 12 seconds, so we should make it through this without much problem. This is all good, smooth, feels good. Now we just deal with traffic lights. All right. Then we're going to come down near the convention center. We've got to make a right and an immediate left, so you've got to be, and that left coming up that you can see there is like, you got to be over like 3 lanes. Okay, here would be a good example where we should slide right to get around this car that's trying to turn left and is going to be sitting here all too long. Really not much we can do at this point. We're blocked. It does have its blinker on now. It has decided it would like to move if possible. And it's, okay, and it doesn't know what it wants to do. So it's just going to stay here at the moment. That was fine, actually. I'm happy with that. It kind of waited for a while, decided it should move, then it just really was blocked, and then the light turned. So staying here was the right thing. So overall, I would rate that pretty highly in terms of how it would act, because it was, difficult to discern what was going to happen there. All right. Going underneath is fine here. It's the preferred answer. No, it's going nice and slow here. DC does have traffic cameras everywhere, so I'm happy with that speed. It actually a little faster than I might have went through there, but there used to be a traffic camera down here if I recall correctly. Okay, all good. We're going to stop here. Lovely traffic lights. All right, off we go. Oh, what's it doing here? I use the accelerator again. I don't know. It like freaked out over something. I don't know what. Ugh, this is so weird. So, looked like it was going to be quite a bit better, and then it's just kind of this whole route has just been suboptimal the whole way down. Okay, is another good example where it looks like we probably should have already been in the right lane. Um, we're going to have looks quite the mess of traffic up here. And it says only the navigation says only the right turn, only the right lane turns right onto 9th Street. So we'll have to see how we do up here. We do have a couple of blocks to go here, so it might not be a problem. I'm going to get us up. Okay, well, again, it's decided it hasn't wanted to do anything, so it's really going to get itself caught out. I couldn't get over. It was the gap had already closed. It's now out of time. I'm just going to let it see what it does. Yeah, totally positioned wrong. Completely, totally positioned itself wrong. Okay, now it's got to be all the way over. There's no cop there to get me a ticket because that was completely wrong. But it's going to make the left, interestingly enough. Okay. It has not done that before, but it only did it because it positioned itself wrong in the right turn. So much more work to do to really be autonomous. Hopefully V13 will be the big leap forward that Ashok is saying it is. I don't really predict anymore. I just take each version, see what it does and what it doesn't do, and go from there. All right, I'm going to tee up my... Okay. Now we're going to try to get out of the city. Oh, and all kinds of cobs up ahead. I wonder what's going on up there. We will find out. Doesn't know what to do with this scooter person. It should actually just be going around him. Finally, he's going to decide to go around. Okay. Sort of blocking two lanes here. It's not positioned well at all. but these guys are standing here beside the police cruiser, so it's kind of understandable. Okay, we should have the green light here shortly. Okay, there we go. All right, we get ourselves back in the lane. All right, as far as I can tell, the road is not closed ahead. Just lots of police lights. No, you're not going to be able to do that. Is it going to go right? Okay. All right. Again, it changed its mind apart from the route that it had selected for some reason. Oh, there's something going on at the arena. Something about dogs, it looks like. Okay, then we're going to go left here. Okay, this is fine. All right. Again, not sure what I should have done there. That guy had right away, but he was sitting there, and then all of a sudden he just decided to go. They all have a lot of Capitals jerseys. Hockey isn't going, is it? Looks like we might make it out of town here soon. All right, we are gonna, yep, all good. Good. Another big street closure. So it handled that actually fine. I'm not sure how we would have come down, but now we're going to turn on to Constitution and head across the bridge. Yep, this is good. Yep, now you got to go. So another throttle push there. Just, it was going to go, then it stopped, and then it was in the middle of the lane. So it's like, got to do better than that. Got to commit and go or not in those scenarios. Audi or this Kia is so the car could not see that this Kia got it wrong. See if it gives him room now. Yep. FSD is really quite good at that, at being able to recognize when a car wants to get in, it's kind of positioned itself wrong or something. FSD does that quite well overall. Okay, finally. So how will the speed be handled across here? Quite curious. Very comfortable speed so far. Car behind us slotted in nicely. It's going to move over. I think that's fine. Very comfortable speed here. Going to come over again. Again. I think this will work. I don't believe this is a right turn, right exit only. shells out. Yeah, that's gonna come back to the left one. Good old lane management stuff. Yeah, we need to stay left here. Oh, actually we don't. This is actually correct. Oh, yep, that right lane did go only over. Okay, so far so good. Ideally right lane. We're going to exit right up here. And we're gonna let these pedestrians go. This is a difficult to see exchange here. We do have a car coming on our left, looking into the sun now. Another car, and then what do we got on the right? Looks clear on the right. If we go, yep, okay. Should be able to get rid of my waypoint now. Okay. Oh, we need to go left here. We need to go left. We need to go left. What's it gonna do? No. Oh. That was probably due to just doing the waypoint so close. I'll get us turned around. I won't count that one. I can turn around right here. No, actually thinks it can do this. I'll let it just do it. Waiting for the pedestrians. Looks like we can go through here. All right. Okay. Left at the stop sign. Yeah, that should work. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. They don't have to stop. Cross traffic does not stop. Okay. Hard to see. Hard to see. I think good to go. Okay. And then we're going to turn left again. Iwo Jima is right in front of us. Okay, again, none of the cross traffic stops. We're gonna have to poke up here. Car on our right, there we go, clear on the right. Car coming on our left. Car's coming from the right, but we should be able to go if it commits, yep. And then to the right, we should be able to beat this pedestrian. What's it gonna do here? It's gonna wait for them, I guess. Okay, oh, it's fine. We should have probably went, but that's fine. Courteous. Okay, we've got cars coming in. 3 cars, 4 cars. Oh, they got stopped, so we're gonna go. This merge is terrible. We got cars that are gonna probably bring us to a stop here. Okay, they're all going. Okay, looks like the lane's clear. Yep, good. Nice. And now we come down here to the right. Just gonna bring our view out here. Okay, should get rid of that waypoint. Okay, perfect. Now this exchange coming up here is a bit tight, and the way that the lane that we are in, actually there is a new lane that's made, so we just keep going around the corner, In the past, FSD has always kind of freaked out and stopped and thought it was like a merge, but it's not actually a merge. So let's see how we do here. We're coming up on it now. Well, first of all, we'll exit to the right, then we'll snake our way through this little exchange, and then we'll have a fairly hard right up against a guardrail. Okay, that was nice exit. Now we stay to the right up here for another split, following these cars around. Comfortable, smooth. Staying left here, and then here's coming up that right turn. All very smoothly done. Okay. Does it just keep moving now? It needs to just keep moving. We have the lead car, so that's probably helping some. It's going to take a different way back than what I had originally planned, but this should be fine. It should work just fine. And it's going to take us right back into that construction where we started. Again, the route that we previously used is now, it looks like they've literally changed the road, so it's not really a viable route anymore. So this is the way in. I don't know. Let's see. I'm not looking over there to see what it looks like. So we would have come down. Yep, that route is blocked. But I think we could have gone straight through the new road. Again, the maps don't even have that road. So this is a totally acceptable way back. Again, feeling good all the way around here, comfortable. So as I start summarizing here for the trip to the end point, we got to merge over. We had a reasonably good start, and then it just kind of kept falling apart through the whole trip. Pedestrians in the really tight confines, it still was getting tripped up by the pedestrians and the need to just kind of move through. Lots of weird traffic light interactions that I just don't understand why it was doing what it was doing. Just tons and tons of lane management problems and of all manner there. So just kind of difficult all the way around. Here we got a big sewer pipe. I'd love if it would straddle it. It's not. It's going to kind of go over it. And I'm going to let it go around the corner here to our normal endpoint. We would have come in from a different direction originally. I'm going to let it kind of cycle around to that. And then we'll end it. So we'll see what that all adds up to, but we had lots of places where it kind of made it through but didn't do it right. Tons and tons of interventions with the throttle, and then quite a few disengagements as well. Kind of lost track of all of that. But okay, you can go. The guy's going to turn right, and then the pedestrian issues across the board. So not great. Far better than the earlier runs, but still leaves you wanting by a significant degree. So DC and FSD has not solved DC in the slightest. Okay, there we are at our waypoint. I'm going to go ahead and disengage and find a place to stop and turn everything off. Thanks for watching. See you soon.